Homework was page 227, right? 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to work out problem number 2. You can find problem number 1 and problem number 3 in the on Schoology. There's a video of how to work through them. So let's take a look at that assignment. And what I'll do is I will actually, because we're not done with the sheet, I will check this sheet off with the addition of what we'll do on Monday. Sound good? So I'm going to hover over here. Everyone have one of these? You need one? You can have that one. I'll go grab another one. Anyone else need one? We're good in the hood? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting in the way. All right. Let's work problem number 2. Problem number 2. Go to the end of these. So again, if you want to see how problem number 1 and problem number 3 work, if you go into Schoology, this is always available for you. In the red folder is SSLE answers. So if you click on that, and if you looked at SSLE number 11, if you click on that, it should take you to a YouTube video. And hopefully I linked it. So this is a longer video. It's like 13 minutes, but it talks about how 1 and 3 work, and it also any of the other odd problems. So that's available also on Schoology. Just so you know, I will have, so this is week 1. So there's Tuesdays is January 4th, Wednesday, January 5th. And now officially, because I had business calc as that, January 6th is yesterday's. So if you missed yesterday, please take a watch of that video and determine how you do. Okay? Any questions on how to find that? All right. So let's take a look at problem number 2. Okay, from the homework. It says you have 29 coins in your piggy bank, all nickels and dimes. So you have 29 coins, and they happen to be nickels and dimes. Okay? And the value of the coins is $2.15. So letter A says let A equal the dimes, or D equal dimes, and N equal the nickels. It'd be better if I could spell. Okay? So, you have 29 coins sitting in a piggy bank. You have dimes, you have nickels. Agreed? That's basically what I said. But you also realize once you counted up the money, there's $2.15. So, this is a simpler thing where you could probably just count out how many of each you have, but let's follow along with the math. So, if I just had my dimes and my nickels sitting there, I know there's 29 coins in all. Okay? So, how much is a nickel worth? 5 cents, which is 0.05. How much is a dime worth? 10 cents. Okay. Now, here's an important part when you're doing this kind of problems. Take a look at this information here. I don't want to deal with decimals. Okay? So I'm going to call nickels 5, I'm going to call dimes 10, and I'm going to call $2.15 215. Okay? So I'm getting rid of all of the decimals. I basically multiplied everything by 100. Okay? So now, if I know a dime is worth 10 and a nickel is worth 5, and there's 215 cents, so I just basically converted $2.15 to 215 cents. Okay? So these are our two equations we can use. And the question says, write a system of equations. So this is the answer to A. Okay? And then the answer to B is we want to solve it. So how are those set up to solve? Can I just add them directly as they sit? Yeah, we have to multiply one of the variables. So on the very top, I'm going to figure out what I want to get rid of. So what's an easier number to multiply by? 10 or 5? 10. So I'm going to actually make it negative 10. Why am I making it negative 10, my friends? Yeah, eliminate D. So then I'm going to distribute on that. Multiply that. Okay, so let's bring that down. So I'm going to get negative 10D minus 10N equals negative 290. This equation is fine as it sits, so we'll just bring it straight down. Now if we just add these up, the D's cancel out. I get negative 5N is equal to negative, how much? 145? Let's see, 290 minus 215 has to be negative, so that's 5. Carry the 1, get that an 8, so 75. But I like your thinking. It's going great. All right, divide each side by negative 5. So n is equal to negative over negative is positive. 5 goes into 7 once. 5 goes into 25 15 times. So I have 15 nickels. And being I knew I had D plus N equals 29. The thought process, if you plug the 15 in for the nickels, D plus 15 equals 29. Subtract 15 from both sides. So it looks like I have 14 dimes. So I have 14 dimes and 15 nickels. 14 dimes and 15 nickels means there's my 29 coins. And if I had 14 dimes and 15 nickels, that gives me $2.15. Okay? So again, problems 1 and 3, you can see on the video worked out. Okay? So take it upon yourself, look in the red folder on Schoology, and they'd be worked out for you. So let's go back on the notes. So I did 1 and 2 yesterday. So we're going to look at number 3. And so the page is at the lower corner of the packet. So I am on page 226, whether you're in the book or not. So we're on page 226. So find page 226 in your packet. It should be at the lower right-hand corner. Okay, and again, friends, we know that word problems are not our best friend. We know we have anxiety with them. Makes you normal. Okay? So even when we have a test or a quiz, we will have the word problem up there where we will highlight specific portions of it to make sure you feel comfortable. And these are just techniques that might help you when taking a test or quiz even outside of class, whether it's on an ACT, SAT, or other class. So problem number 3 says your next test is worth 150 points. This is just a made-up story, so I don't think your next test is worth 150 points. Okay? There are a total of 46 questions. Some 3-point questions, some 5-point questions. How many of each type are on the test? Okay? Your next test is worth 150 points. There are a total of 46 questions. Some are 3-point, some are 5-point. All right, so let's highlight a few things here. So your next test is worth 150 points. Okay? There are a total of 46 questions. And some are 3-point and some are 5-point questions. So that's all the important information we really need. Okay? Let's call the 3-point question, let's call it capital T. Let's call the 5-point question, let's call it capital F. Okay? It's not meaning for true and false. It's just T is 3-point, F is 5-point. Seems okay so far? So if I look at my test, I have questions I have T and F, 3-point and 5-point questions. How many questions are on this test total? 46. Good. So that's my first equation I can use to solve this. All right? Now, we know the 3-point questions are worth 3 points. We know the 5-point questions are worth 5 points. How many points total are on this test? Put that away, please. 150. Okay. So I have 2 equations and I have 2 unknowns. I have T as one unknown. I have F as another unknown. I don't have to use X and Y. I could have went to 3-point saying X, 5-point being Y. It would have worked out as well. Okay? These are set up in columns. Can I add these equations together as they sit and get a letter to go away? No, because if I add T and 3T, I get 4T. If I add F and 5F, I get 6F. So one of the letters doesn't go away. So now we have to figure out, let's get rid of one of the letters. Okay, so I'm going to choose to get rid of the T's. So what should I multiply the entire top equation by to get rid of the T's when I add the equations together? 3. And we're going to make it a -3 because I want an opposite sign, right? So I'm going to distribute over here. Bring this down here. So I get -3T minus 3F equals negative, let's see, that's 18, carry the 1, that's 12, 13, 138. Does my math seem okay? It's a miracle if it is.
Why would it become a minus?
Oh, I'm going to show you. So because we're doing the minus, I'm going to bring this other equation straight down here. And the reason I wanted to make it a minus is now these are opposite value. So when I add them together, those go away. Does that make sense? Cool. All right, so let's add these together. These cancel each other out. -3F added to 5F is 2F. 150 minus 138, 12. I like it. So how many 5-point questions are there? 6, because I'll divide both sides by 2. So I have 6 5-point problems. I then need to take that value. I need to take this 6, and I could plug it in to the green or to the blue. Which one looks simpler? The green equation original or the blue equation original? Green. I like it. It'd give you the same answer on both, but you just have to pick which one you'd use. So we're going to take this T plus F equals 46. I know that F is equal to 6 because that's what we found. So I have T plus 6. Come on, stir it, make it better. T. So how do I solve for T? Subtract 6. So I have 40. So I have 40 questions that are worth 3 points each. And I have 6 questions that are worth 5 points each. And it's a matter of just going through and highlighting on the problem or underlining on the problem if you don't have a highlighter. But there is a lot of times on a word problem information that just makes it wordy. They're trying to create a story, and then you have to decipher what the pertinent information is. Get a swig of coffee real quick. Man, that's still hot. That's a good thermos. Those taste buds aren't going to come back. Are we okay? Seem okay? Can I move to the next? I guess it's the last example, isn't it? Cool. Is that one too? All right, cool. So problem number 4. Problem number 4. And again, friends, on a test or quiz, what I'll do is if we have a word problem, I'll say, okay, hey, go to this number. And we will read it. And we'll have it up on the board as well. We'll read it out loud. I will read it. I'm not going to make somebody read it. Okay? I already told you the anxiety that came with Stirrup in 5th grade with Mrs. Klatt's class. What did I say wrong? Does anyone remember that story? It was about so sitting in Mrs. Klatt's class. So Stirrup is always the one who gets called on because you know what? Stirrup's not paying attention. I'm like, oh, it's a cricket on the floor. Cool, look at the cricket. Chris, will you read this next passage? Oh, no. Read it out loud, and we'll read silently along with you. So they say it's a story about a kid is going to go to Cape Canaveral to watch his first rocket ship launch. Well, Canaveral to a 5th grader, and even to a 51-year-old guy, looks like the word carnival. So I'm reading out loud. I say, Billy went to Cape Carnival. It's Canaveral, Chris. Oh, okay, sorry. To see his first rocket ship launch. Billy was excited. The rocket was ready to go at Cape Carnival. It's Canaveral, Chris. Oh, okay. There was a 10-second countdown. There was a rumble in the earth. There at Cape Carnival, it's Canaveral, Chris. Why can't you get it right? Because I'm a moron. Yeah, I felt like, and my buddies were like, stop can't even say Canaveral. Like, shut up, man. You guys weren't the ones who reading out loud. So I hate having people read out loud because I had the anxiety of it, and I had a teacher who like probably should have retired like 40 years earlier, and she didn't. She was mean. And I can't say that I was the best kid on earth, but that's what it came to. So I'll read them, so then you can make fun of me because at 51, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you make fun of me. Okay? But, you know, when you're in 5th grade and a teacher says something and it's the whole world, still remember it. I'm sitting about here, not in this classroom, but in her classroom. And she's up front. And I got all my buddies all around me because, you know, in elementary school, you want to sit amongst your friends, right? All right, enough about me. All right, so number 4 says, you found, oh, wow, this is a bonus. You found 20 coins under the cushions of your sofa. This sounds like kind of a fun adventure. They were quarters and dimes. Quarters are worth a little bit more than dimes. I like that. If you have $3.80, how many quarters and dimes were there? Okay, does everyone kind of comprehend what we're looking at? We got quarters and dimes. We found some money, $3.80. Man, I'm heading over to the Taco Bell. Well, I don't know. Taco Bell got expensive. When I was in high school, they had the 29-cent menu, the 39-cent menu, and the 49-cent menu. That's all they had at Taco Bell. And we used to do something when we were in school called the $10 challenge. Get as much food as you could for $10 at Taco Bell. If it was 29 cents, 39 cents, 49 cents, you could get some fixins'. I don't recommend it. It's probably why I have to take cholesterol medicine now. We did that challenge too many times. All right, so let's highlight a few things. You found 20 coins. Still with me? That's really the only important thing in that first sentence. It doesn't matter that I found 20 coins in my sofa. There was quarters and dimes. That's also important. And it happened to make $3.80. We have all the information that we need to know. Okay, notice I only have just a couple things highlighted. The rest of the story doesn't mean much as far as the math goes. Okay, friends. Critical thinking time. What should I call quarters? Oh, yeah. Quarters Q. What should we call dimes? Yeah, you guys are catching on so quick. Okay, that makes sense so far. Hey friends, how many coins did we find total? 20. So if I looked at my quarters and I looked at my dimes, we had 20 coins. Now, friends, how much is a quarter worth? 25 cents, so it's 0.25. How much is a dime worth? 10, which is 0.10. And then I have this 3.80. So what should I do with this? Yeah, if I multiply everything by 100, this becomes 25, this becomes 10, and this becomes 380. Now I don't have to worry about anything with decimals. You line them up. I can't even write straight. You want me to line something up? Okay, so 25-cent quarters, dimes are 10, and it was $3.80, which is 380 cents. Now I don't have a decimal to worry about. So notice I did this little work here, so I didn't have to worry about it here. I don't have 0.25, 0.1, 3.80. That makes it nicer. Okay, I don't have to dealing with a decimal. And the reason I show you this is there's techniques in math that if you understand how to get rid of things, you don't have to worry about decimals. I already showed you a little bit of how to get rid of fractions. Okay, and we'll continue if we come across a fraction again. All right, so friends, here are my two equations. If I add those two equations together as they sit, does the letter go away? No, if I add q and 25q, I get 26q. If I add 1d and 10d, I get 11d. So that didn't work. Let's see. What's an easy number to multiply by, 25 or 10? 10? 10's pretty easy, right? So what should I multiply the entire q plus d equals 20 equation by to ensure that when I add the two equations together, one of the letters goes away? Negative 10. Does that make sense? So I'm going to multiply everything here by negative 10. Make sure you distribute it to everything. So I'm going to get negative 10q minus 10d equals negative 200. This equation doesn't get impacted. I just bring it straight down. And talk to me. Can I add those two together? Can I add these together and something goes bye-bye? Certainly hope so. So 25 minus 10 is 15. So I get 15q. The d's are gone. Agreed? And then 380 minus 200 is 180. Divide each side by 15. This is where I definitely have a calculator. What's 180 divided by 15? If you have your phone, bust it out, the calculator, real quick for me. Or if you have a calculator. Yeah. 9. It comes out to 9? Is that what it is? It's 12? I knew it was. Is it 12? 12 works?
What is the number on the second row? Right there.
That's 380. But stirrups writing's bad these days. All right, so 12, we agree? Good? Cool. So I have 12 quarters. I have 12 quarters. So I have these two equations here and here. Let's highlight those. I had this equation and I had this equation. Which of those two equations looks easier to plug 12 into? Yeah, q plus d. Plug it in the top one. So I have the q plus d is the easier of the two. It would be the same answer. Be the same answer regardless. So I'm going to plug that 12 in for q. Subtract 12 from both sides. So d is equal to 8. So my cushions in my couch produced 8 dimes and 12 quarters for a total of 20 coins. My 8 dimes and my 12 quarters gave me $3.80, which if you find Taco Bell and you go and they have the inexpensive menu, that's a good feast. But these days, it might get you one thing, right? Can you? They still got cheap, pretty inexpensive?
I mean, yeah, like if you have like rewards and stuff, if they do that now.
Oh. Gosh, I haven't been to Taco Bell for so long. I guess I need to head back to the Taco Bell. I like that place. I just don't go out to eat that often anymore. I don't know why. All right, how do we feel about this, friends? Are we doing okay? So we are going to continue with our word problems. So I would like you, this will be due for Monday, have the page 229 and 230, 1 through 6 done. Now, we already did 1 through 3 during class, but I want you to have that done for Monday, and I will check that off for points. Sound good? Everyone know where to find the homework in this packet? Or if you have last semester's book still, we're good? Yeehaw! Saddle up and ride, friends.